Roblox Bite by Night has finally released, and all I have to say before we get into it is, well, it's a chaotic experience. It is kind of unbalanced, but also balanced at the same time. It is super fun, and it's just a crazy innovation on the ASIM horror game experience. So let's go ahead and get straight into my full review of Bite by Night. So Bite by Night is an ASIM horror game experience on Roblox, and for those that don't know what ASIM is, it stands for asymmetrical, where there is one killer or one stronger player and a couple weaker players that have to accomplish objectives to, win. And in this game, those objectives are generators to speed up the clock, but the killer, aka a FNAF character, has to kill the rest of them before the survivors can run out of time. At the time this video is released, there are 3 survivors and 3 killers. The 3 survivors are the customer, security guard, and fighter, and the 3 killers are Springtrap or the Rotten, Mimic or the Project, and Enard or the Doppelganger. Now I'll quickly go over each survivor's main parts of their kit, and then I'll actually do a solidly deep breakdown on each killer before breaking them down deeper and how to play them in future videos. So the survivor is a sort of noob of this game. You start with him because he is free, and he has 2 abilities. One where you eat pizza and gain, I believe, 20 HP back, and one where you drink a soda, increasing your speed and overall mobility. The fighter is your guest 1337 of this game, where he basically parries and attacks. He has one ability where he slashes his axe and it runs on charges that are filled up by your second ability, parry, where basically if the enemy uses an M1 on you and you use this ability at the perfect time, they get stunned and you get a charge of your original ability. And then the security guard is pretty unique and costs the most out of the bunch, costing 900 scrap. He basically has a taser where he can charge it up over time and shoot it at the killer. Basically, it slows them down and they can't use any abilities but their primary attack. His other ability, his cameras, allow him to look at cameras throughout the map and spot the killer. Now, one thing this game does very well is its great map design. I believe at the time of this video's release, there are only 3 maps. There's this kitchen-like map where it's basically actually just a pizzeria from the first game. There's this sort of factory area, this industrial area where I believe they're making more of the Mimic, and there's this more outside area. Now, what this map does, what this whole multiple map system does, is it basically makes it to where each killer has their own advantage on each map. Now you may be wondering, how does each killer have their own advantage on each map? Well, that's what I'm explaining the killers for, so let's get straight into it, explaining the 3 killers. So the first killer we're explaining, and the first killer that you get is Springtrap, or the Rotten as his game calls him. He is a very simplistic killer in the way that he is a sort of slasher, he slashes and he throws his axe and he does a lot of things with his axe. So I'm not going to tell you every single ability and how it works, but basically all you need to know is that he is a slasher. His primary is your average slash attack, and he has a secondary mode where it's just fists. This just fist mode can be activated by throwing your axe. This axe though is extremely strong, and it has a bit of aim assist and does solid damage, while also applying bleed to whoever is hit by it. Now he does have other moves, but I'll go over that in a full depth breakdown. Next we're going to be going over my favorite killer to play, the Mimic. He is my perfect killer, my ideal killer to play, because I love the concept of adapting to situations, and his main gimmick is that he can adapt to situations. He has 3 different modes: strength, speed, and stealth. Now in base, which is your strength mode, which is where you start, you only have 2 moves: your ability to switch modes and your M1 attack. Now, while in strength, your M1 attack does significantly more damage, but in exchange, you are slower and, well, that's your only move. Your only move is your M1 and you're slower. This makes you easy to punish while in strength. Your speed mode, though, is the exact opposite. Your M1 does little to no damage, but you are extremely fast. You gain 1 extra move, and that is leap. Basically, you just leap a certain distance and do a low amount of damage to anyone caught. Have you ever played the Thanos LTM in Fortnite? It's kind of like his slam, except you don't start in the air, you just leap. Now his main form, which is the form I use the most, is your stealth form. Now while in the stealth form, you don't really gain any significant buffs. What you do gain is the ability for people to not hear your footsteps. Yes, that is right. Most killers in this game, you can tell they're there from a mile away because their footsteps are so loud because they are plankers. But while in stealth mode, they cannot hear your footsteps. This makes for an insane way to catch up even when they don't know you're there. Now another move in this stealth kit that allows you to, catch up is your triangle or Y move, where you dig into the ground and basically you're just in the ground. Nobody can see you, nobody can hear you, but you can press the button again to rise up and knock people to the ground, allowing you to easily switch to strike mode and land a good strike. This is why I love him so much. All your freaking modes just can go in conjunction to do more damage, to do maximum damage. There's basically infinite potential to what you can do with this character. Now, I would break down the rest of his kit, but that's what the other videos are for. A deep down depth breakdown of his character, but that's not going to be this video. Now, before we continue on, you may be asking me, well, how do you even get these characters? It's simply by obtaining scrap. You get scrap by completing objectives, you get scrap by escaping chases, you get scrap by barricading doors, which yes, is a mechanic in this game. Scrap is the worldwide currency for this, and you can use it to even buy things you can buy Robux with, which makes this an actually great game. It's not pay to win. Now, one thing that helps you get scrap is VIP. I'm not going to break down all the benefits, but VIP, which is a game pass, does actually help you get scrap at an increased rate. Now, the final killer we'll go over is Enard. Now, Enard is extremely broken, like super broken, and they have a ton of moves in their kit, so I'm not going to break it down. All I really want to say is their M1 is just, it's an M1, but they can summon like these little minions that latch onto your face and keep you still, and you have to do this little minigame to get them off. He can also turn into survivors and sneak into your lines and then just explode and do like 45 damage. It's insane. Now, before I let you guys go, I'm gonna let my friend, the Flame Emperor, give a short summary on what he thinks of Bye Bye Night, because he's actually the guy who helped me grind up and get the Mimic. So I'm gonna have him talk about what he thinks about it real fast. Just a precursor, this was supposed to go at the beginning of the video, but I made it to the end of the video and he actually took a minute to get this done. So yeah, just imagine this is at the beginning of the video.
It's called Bye Bye Night. You survive from the animatronics trying to kill you. There's 3. Springtrap, Enard, and Mimic. They all have unique kits and great abilities that they can use to win the round. Me personally, I love the game, and you should too. Anyway, without further ado,
Yeah, he was gonna say something super cool, but I cut him off. I'm just that type of friend. Anyway, with that being said, hope you enjoyed this video and see you in the next one. Bye.